All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Crew Show with a little San Francisco Giant video. I have seen enough. We'll talk about it coming up next. First, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. The show is, or I should say the live stream, or I should say the video is brought to you by our good friends at Claw Daddy Arcades, and they're a great follow on Instagram at Clawdaddy _ arcades. Right now, actually, I didn't read that right. At Claw _ Daddy _ arcades to find a location near you. And they got a brand new location coming in Capitola Mall. They got a brand new location coming in Visalia Mall, both coming later this summer. So thanks to Claw Daddy Arcades for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. And also thanks to Sharp Corners Sports Cards and Collectibles. They're at 205 Cypress Avenue in Pacific Grove, California on the Monterey Peninsula. Anthony Catania's at 831-521-5264. And, of course, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle with locations in Emeryville and Corte Madera. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. All right, let's talk little Giants. Oh, my God, they cannot hit. They cannot hit. The situational hitting is atrocious. They came out of the All-Star break. They get shut out by the Toronto Blue Jays 4-0. Chris Bassett, 6 1/3. The Giants get 10 hits. They could not get a run. They could not get a single hit. They were with runners in scoring position. Giants 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. How many games can you waste where you score no runs at all? I mean, that's just really, really bad. Okay, the Giants need two things. They need to make a trade. They need more bats. They let off Mike Yastrzemski again. Come on, he's hitting 245. He strikes out a ton. He's not a leadoff hitter. So you got Yastrzemski leading off. The bottom of the lineup is not doing much. The Giants actually got 11 hits in the Friday night game against Toronto. They just couldn't score a run. Could not score a run. And only one of the 11 hits was an extra base hit. They need more extra base power. What should they do? Okay, I think that you do one of two things. Baltimore's out of it. They're going nowhere. They have Ryan O'Hearn. He was an all-star. He's a first baseman. He's a DH. He can hit. He can absolutely hit. They have Ramon Laureano, who can play center field. He can play right field. He's a right-handed hitter. He can hit. He's actually swinging a really good bat. Trade for those guys. Make Baltimore a good offer. Offer a Marco Luciano. Offer other prospects with him. But those are the two guys I would target. The first baseman who can hit, O'Hearn could hit in Kansas City. He can hit in Baltimore. He can hit. He absolutely can hit. They need another bat. Devers is not enough. The Giants were that bad of an offensive team. So they need another bat, no question. And I would go for O'Hearn and Laureano. Laureano is a right-handed hitter. Melvin's managed him before. He can play center. He can play right. He would give this club the energy and the jolt that it needs. And then O'Hearn's a really good hitter. And the Giants need to add a really good hitter to their lineup because they're just not a good lineup right now. They don't score runs. You can't win if you can't score. They want to go to the playoffs. It's all right there for them. They got to add a couple bats, okay? So that's what I would do. I would go to the Baltimore Orioles. I would try to add Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano in a 2-for trade. You get two of their hitters. They're out of it. I would offer Laureano or offer Luciano, but I would offer more than that, and I would try to get this deal done. That's move number one. Move number two is it's time to pivot from Pat Burrell. I love Pat Burrell. He was a good Giant. Went to Bellarmine, Bay Area kid, 2010 World Series hero. But when you made him the hitting coach, you knew there was a chance that it wouldn't work out, and it hasn't worked out. It's not working out. They're not scoring runs. They're not having good at-bats. They're having giveaway at-bats. And, I saw some of the worst swings today early in the count. Yaz popped up a pitch on a 1-1 count. 1-1 count, you just kind of wand, you kind of wave your wand, bat like a wand through the zone. On 1-1, come on. The Giants are not hitting. They're fundamentally a bad offensive team. And Burrell's not getting the job done. And the guy that I think they ought to hire is Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is an offensive genius. Now, I know he doesn't want the job. He definitely doesn't want it long term, But you got a window here. You got to get a couple more hitters, and then you got to ignite the hitters that you have. And I think Barry Bonds and his genius as an offensive player could impact this team greatly down the stretch. They need a jolt. They need more talent, and that's where O'Hearn comes in. That's where Laureano comes in. But they also need a new approach, and I think Bonds could do it. He wants to go to the Hall of Fame. They're trying desperately to kind of get him back in everybody's good graces. Get him back in the uniform for the rest of 2025. Let's see if he can turn some of his, offensive genius into some offensive production for the San Francisco Giants. What do you have to lose? Your hitting is dead on arrival. You've been trying all kinds of things for weeks, months. You're juggling your lineup to the point where it doesn't even make sense. The manager doesn't know what he's doing at this point because he's got Yaz hitting leadoff when you should have guys like Jung-Hoo Lee up top. But he's just trying to do anything he can to juggle the lineup and make something happen. And I understand where Melvin's coming from. Get Melvin a couple more hitters, and let's say goodbye to Burrell. Thank you. Thank you for 2010. Love you. We're not firing you. You're still a minor league hitting instructor. You can still work in the organization. But let's go to Barry Bonds. It's not a ticket sales thing. It's not about selling tickets. It's about Barry Bonds as a genius offensive player, and I think he can make a real impact. I know there's lots of people that don't like Barry Bonds, but I think he did an undeniable good job when he was the hitting coach for the Florida Marlins. There's no doubt that there's some genius there with Barry Bonds. There's no doubt that the Giants need a fresh approach. And this would be a dramatic shift. There's no question about it. Get a lot of headlines. It would be get a lot of people talking. I think it actually would work. I think Barry would do a really good job because Barry knows a ton about hitting. I think the Giants would definitely be best served by a new approach to hitting. And yes, do they need more than a coach? Yeah, they do. They need Ryan O'Hearn. They need Ryan O'Hearn. They need Ramon Laureano. They need to add not just one, but two bats. And in Laureano and O'Hearn, I'm adding an all-star hitter in O'Hearn, and I'm adding a very hot hitter in Ramon Laureano. And I kind of think that you could probably stay with Pat Burrell and just add those two bats. But the more I watch the Giants and the more I see, Devers was better in Boston than he is here. He hasn't gotten better under Pat Burrell. He's regressed. So I want to see the guy that Pat Burrell's turned into something before I'm going to say, oh, yeah, Pat Burrell. I think Pat Burrell's part of the problem at this point. I'm seeing approaches I don't like. I want to see Barry Bonds as the hitting coach, and I want to see a good trade for two meaningful bats. And if that's done, I think they got a real live shot at that wild card in the NL. I think they got a real good shot to outrun the Cardinals and a couple other teams, Diamondbacks and a couple other teams for that third and final wild card spot. It's doable. It's there for you. But you need a new approach at the plate, which is why I want Bonds in and Burrell out, and you need a couple new bats. Give me Ryan O'Hearn. Give me Ramon Laureano. I think you'd make those two moves, and I think you're cooking with grease. I think you make those two moves, I think you land that wild card spot. I think if you land that wild card spot, anything can happen in October baseball. And I'm all here for it. So, Buster, if you're out there, I love Burrell. I know you love Burrell. Bye-bye, Burrell. Hello, Bonds. Give me a little Ryan O'Hearn. Give me some Ramon Laureano, and let's go do this. All right, thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of The Krug Show. Thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles. Thanks to Claw Daddy Arcades. And thanks to all of you for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.